hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Wild Your Garden. And in this video I am back in bonny Scotland. Well, it surely has been bonny. I've spent the last 2 weeks here building a bird hide, and if you haven't seen that video already, do check it out on the channel. It's been a wonderful project, building this bird hide next to a wildlife pond that I reinstated about 3 years ago now. So do check that out. But in today's video I just had to make the most of this situation. It's actually the last day building the bird hide today, so yes, I can't wait to get back there and get this thing wrapped up. But I couldn't resist stopping, well, at this point where I am on the way to the job, because these hills are absolutely adorned with gorse. It just looks incredible at the moment, and gorse is obviously the topic of today's video. Now, gorse is an incredible plant, and in my eyes, or my opinion, it probably almost rivals hawthorn, which, if you haven't seen already, I've done a recent video on the channel of hawthorn and the benefits for wildlife. But gorse really is a key component in our countryside, and it is just amazing for wildlife. Now, I don't know how good this mic's picking up the birds around me, but there's an iconic bird. There's at least three actually I can hear. One up there, one over here, and one over there. And its song is "A Little Bit of Bread and No Cheese," which is a yellowhammer. Now, yellowhammers, oh, this is just ideal habitat. Well, the fact that there's three around me, it really does suggest that this is just perfect for them. And that's because yellowhammers, along with many other birds, use the gorse that you see behind me for nesting in. Now, gorse is a very spiky shrub. And for any of you conservationists out there, anybody who works in the conservation industry will know managing gorse is a very prickly affair, and therefore it is very attractive for nesting birds. And the list is almost too long to name. What have we got there? I thought it was a yellowhammer coming over. So I've also got linnets here. Linnets will use it. It is the favoured plant for the Dartford Warbler. They will nest in it down south, you know, sort of Exmoor, Dartmoor. It is a heathland plant predominantly, so it will grow in kind of open heathland spaces. Prefers well drained sort of sandy soils, but it'll also do well on clay. I planted some on a project in Yorkshire a few years ago, and it's just gone berserk. Really does do well almost wherever you put it, it seems. So you'll get linnets use it, you'll get yellowhammers use it, whitethroat, chiffchaff, willow warbler, stonechat, lesser whitethroat, the Dartford Warbler. Did I say yellowhammer? You know that already. And it really is just a fantastic component. Not only that, it's also the larval food plant for the green hairstreak, which probably makes sense because the green hairstreak, if you didn't know, uses my favourite wildflower, the bird's foot trefoil, to lay its eggs on. And you can see the flowers are very similar because it's a part of this kind of the pea family. Obviously the plant, or the flowers when they're in flower, is almost identical. It's like a beefed up version of a bird's foot trefoil, the individual flowers. So just brilliant. And that to one side, it's also a very good nectar source, of course, for many insects. Loads of bees walking flying around here. But just walking up this track to come and make this video for you guys, one thing I would say is, at the moment, if you can get out where there's some flowering, and it flowers between sort of January and June, but it can flower kind of sporadically in between, just get your nose in, a bit like with the hawthorn, because it's absolutely incredible. It's like sticking your head in a coconut shell. It's the only thing I can describe it as. It's just the scent of coconut as I walked up this track, just unbelievable. You can see there's, you know, quite an expanse of it, and it really is this wonderful fragrance at the moment. So get out there and sniff some gorse, but don't stick your nose too tightly into it, because you will get a sharp shock. But it really is a fantastic plant, one that I think our bird life in particular would really struggle without, because it creates this fantastic habitat for nesting potential. And obviously, as I say, very good for insects. It's the larval food plant of the green hairstreak. So it really is a wonderful plant. And I mean, just look at that at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous, really is. So many birds flying around as well. That coconut, I keep getting wafts of it, it's just weird. But it is incredible, and it just makes the landscape, I think, in many situations. So you can have it in a garden. It is something that I would recommend. It does, as you can see with this one here, it does go to probably about 2 meters, not much more than that. So it doesn't get huge, but it does kind of have this kind of sprawling open habit. It's pretty tough. You can sort of chop it back and it'll come again, no problem at all. But it's just a bit of a pain to manage. But not actually, really, because you can just cut it back every sort of 3 to 4 years and it will create this dense clump forming shrub that really will provide a lot of habitat for a lot of wildlife. So I really hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a like, and yeah, get some gorse in your garden. It really is a wonderful plant. And if not, if you haven't got a garden big enough, get out there on your local heath or moorland and just enjoy it, because it is an absolute beauty at this time of year. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support, and stay tuned. Lots more videos of Bonnie, Scotland coming soon to the channel, if they haven't already been uploaded, of course, at this point. And I will see you all soon. Thanks very much.